Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Aiden, from Cartoon Apocalypse, and today I'm going to be doing another video for you guys, obviously, but a couple announcements. First of all, I have a gaming channel, alright? You can go subscribe to it. It's called 602 Aiden. I'll try to upload, this weekend, just so that it still stays alive, I guess. I don't know, it's not really... it has, almost 50 subscribers, I think, so... Yeah, you guys have been... I don't even know. Alright. And also, tell me down in the comments what you think will happen in Season 4 of Star vs. Force of Evil. Now, this is pretty interesting. Now, this is a future video that I have planned, but I'm just going to collect a bunch of comments. It'll be a little while until I make this video, probably. But, I just want to collect the comments, and my favorite ones will make it into the video. So, yes, just suggest what you think will happen. Now, before I start this video, I just want to say that this is actually suggested by Terrence Both. Now, I hope that's how you pronounce it, but actually, it wasn't exactly the same thing. Terrence Both said, can you make a video if Star and Marco can't see each other? Now, I pretty much just turned that into what if Marco never went to Mewni, because pretty much Marco and Star wouldn't really see each other. So, thanks for your comment. Now we're going to start off with Hacker Comfort's idea. Being realistic now, perhaps he'd be trying to be reconciled with Jackie, and Jackie at first wouldn't want to date him again. But he'd insist so hard that she'd end up dating him again. After all, Jackie did really enjoy herself that night. As for Marco himself, perhaps he would have eventually gotten used to being on Earth again, adapting to the new situation, and finding that perhaps he needed to rest for a bit, and not doing this kind of heavy stuff that he did in the battle for Mewni at Aiden. Now, thank you, Hacker Comfort. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's got a lot of letters and stuff. I'm pretty sure it's Hacker Comfort. So thank you for your comment. Obviously, I think most people are gonna say if he didn't go to Mewni, then him and Jackie would be together still, or would have gotten back together, right? Either that or something else. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't read them all yet. So, yeah. On to the next one. Now, this next one is from Alex Red. At Aiden, if Marco didn't go back to Mewni, then he'd try to forget about it and move on, because he'll know that talking about Mewni and wearing his cape is separating him away from his friends, family, and Jackie. Marco tries not to think about Mewni and tries to get rid of the cape, but the only thing that he can think about is Star and all the great times they had together. And as for Star, if Marco didn't return, then she wouldn't know how to stop her butterfly form problem, and the only people Star would have is Tom Ponyhead. Plus, Miss Hanus won't see that her daughter is Eclipsa if Marco wasn't around, because Marco was the reason why Meteora was in the monster temple, so she could brainwash him. And back to Marco. He'll try to get back together with Jackie again, but fails because he can't stop thinking about Star. Thank you for your comment. Yeah, I actually really like the fact that you took it to Star's perspective, because I don't know if many people did. I personally didn't think about, because I said pretty much what would happen if Marco never went to Mewni, and most people I think are going to focus on Marco and not Star, but I like that you focused on Star. And also about that brainwash thing, was that thing a brainwash thing or like a youth drainer? Not entirely sure. I watched a video or something about it being youth drained or something. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah. On to the next one. Now this next one is from Bonnabelle Butterfly Cypher. If Marco hasn't gone back to Mewni, then Meteora wouldn't have remembered her past because Marco would not be on Mewni, and thus Miss Hanus would not have gone to the Monster Temple and tried to get Marco. Also, Star wouldn't have been in serious trouble, and if it wasn't for Marco, Hekapu, upon finding out Star was portaling through dimensions, would have told her parents and the commissions about what happened. Also, the events of Stump Day wouldn't have happened because Marco was trying to celebrate Star's birthday, and that caused the conflict in that episode. At Aiden. Thank you for your ideas. Yeah, I like that you go through specific episodes, and I know a lot of people have done this, but I like that you guys go through specific episodes and pick out what would happen versus not. Even though I'm pretty sure if Marco never went back to Mewni, none of that would have happened. Or maybe it did. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. Now this next one is from Cake Lee. At Aiden. So probably Marco will be sad and miserable, but what will happen in Mewni? Like Star in her sleep, butterfly mode, who can Star trust the most? Or who let Star be alive? Plus Star may become the queen that she doesn't want to be, so probably without Marco, Star will be miserable. At Aiden, you may say, what about Tom? Well, Tom didn't even know about these things. Marco did. So Star and Marco will be miserable in the two sides, so one of them will probably go to the other or both. So yeah. Thank you, Cake Lee, for your comments. And I like that you bring Tom into this too, because Because we do know that Tom and Marco are in some conflict right now after Stump Day, and I'm really excited to see like what goes on. And if you guys haven't seen my Naysayer video, that's pretty incredible, because pretty much I think Tom gave Marco the Naysay again. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, it's just a theory, right? Go check out that video. Now this next one is from Chris the Gamer. At Aiden, if Marco never went back to Mewni, Toffee would have taken over Mewni, so Star and her parents would go to Earth to Marco's house. When Moon takes the first step there, she could detect magic on Marco. She could not believe it while they are there to train Marco and how he can cast spells and then go back to Mewni. They would destroy Toffee, and after that Moon reveals the way wands are made, and they create a wand for Marco. Touches the wand, it becomes a stuff, and now Marco must stay at Mewni forever. When he reveals to his parents, they will agree. Only if they come to that happens, and Marco realizes his true love about Star. He asks her if she will lose the feelings. She says yes, then boom, Starco. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Marco knows that he likes Star now. I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty sure Lava Lake Beach was a thing. I mean, I'm not trying to... I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure Marco likes Star, and we know that. So, yeah, on to the next one. Now this next one is from Maddie. I think that it could be weird. More that how is gone. Actually, because the main characters are divided, also the show would have to divide. Thinking about it, well, surely something would happen to make them meet again, and probably we would see Marco very sad. I don't think time travel could be a response, but a visit to Master Time maybe, or maybe Omnitraxum, because the distance between the two will end, breaking space-time as the math problem at Aiden. Now, I actually like that you brought in the space-time problem thing like Star did. That's pretty cool, actually. Good thinking. You guys, you remember back to an episode that, I don't know, I mean, obviously that episode was to introduce like Omnitraxes to us, but I didn't care for that episode too much. But that's just my opinion. But yeah, on to the next one. Now this next one is from Morpher. At Aiden. That's a bit of a tough one. If Marco never returned to Mewni, well, he probably would have certainly adapted to Earth with time. However, I don't see his relationship with Jackie working out at all. Trying to bury the feeling subconsciously doesn't really work out for a person, and that would have eventually led to the ruin of his relationship with Jackie. At this point, I see him questioning everything about himself, and from that point, I'm not exactly sure what path Marco's life would take. On Star's end of the things, thank you for talking about Star again, I like that, she would be having a much harder time trying to do what she is trying to do. It's apparent that Marco is quite instrumental in getting her the things that she needs to get done. Without Marco's helping hand, she obviously would struggle to handle Glossaric, and mastering her butterfly form would not have gone so smoothly. Yes, she may have Tom, but it's apparent that she does not hold the same level of trust for Tom as she does for Marco. This would push any feelings she has yet to settle onto the surface, and force her to confront the reality of her issues. Then there's the Blood Moon Ball. Because the events of the Blood Moon Ball, their souls are bonded, and there probably wouldn't be a day without a reminder from the Blood Moon that they should still be there for one another. This is romantic feelings aside. All of this would probably culminate in them coming together regardless of how long they spend apart. This in turn would cause the events that are currently happening to finally push forward in the way that probably wouldn't have happened while they were apart. Thank you, Morpher, for your amazing ideas. Like I said earlier, I like that people are saying about Tom and Star, because it just doesn't affect Marco. I mean, honestly, I was only thinking Marco too, but I'm glad that people are thinking about Tom and Star and everyone else. I think that's really good. Now this next one is from Savvy. If Marco were not to get back to Mewni, then it would require Jackie to not speak up about what she said seeing with Marco, and this attachment to Star and Mewni. Jackie not bringing this up would mean Marco and Jackie would still be a thing, but we know that Marco truly won Star, so we can assume that Marco would continue to duel in his loss of Star. Marco always wanted to get away from being the safe kid, but when Marco is with Jackie, it's too safe, in the sense that Jackie doesn't really push Marco to improve, it's just a static relationship. I feel like this lack of adventure would cause Marco to grow in greater discontent, and he would realize for himself that he never really loved Jackie. He just idolized her. Marco would then try to go back to Mewni, but it would be much later. Star at this point would probably miss Marco severely, and Tom would notice this, and I think it would be a nice scene where the events happen at the same time, where they realize that they miss each other, and then they could bump into each other after Marco comes out of a portal thing, and then they could hug. Alright, thank you, Savvy, for your amazing idea. I like the idea of if they were apart from each other, then they would like meet up coincidentally or something through a portal or something, and then just be like, "Oh, I missed you," or something like that, you know? I feel like, is that like a standard or like a typical thing that happens? I'm not entirely sure. Now this next one is from Twinboy1995. At 8, if Marco never went back to Mewni, he'd be more miserable than he is now, because I think Jackie would still have broken up with him, and he still pushed away everyone, so he'd be very lonely, and at this time he doesn't have Star to cheer him up. Now yes, I think pretty much everyone would be very lonely if, like, Star and Marco, like, definitely, because Star felt really lonely, so did Marco after Star left. Now this last one is from Tyler. At 8, I think Marco would go back to Hekapu's dimension because he liked it there. I'm glad that someone brought up Hekapu, because Marco's other good friend, I think, is Hekapu, and Hekapu obviously likes Marco, so I think that they would have fun together, and this would give Marco the thrill of adventure that he would be missing without Star. So that's going to wrap up today's video, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, you can leave a like on the video or subscribe for more daily content. If you're not subscribed, then you should, because we upload daily. If you guys like these kind of videos, then subscribe, because we upload daily. So yeah, if you want to, you could follow us on social media, Instagram, Twitter. Join our Discord. We have amazing talks with you guys. I love talking with you guys as well. So that's going to end today's video, so I'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
I don't understand. We're just letting Marco leave school? Is this even legal?